My name is Nicole Bruto, and this is task number 1, perform serum and plasma. So first I have my pair of gloves on. I'm going to obtain my blood sample from this patient. I have a 21 gauge butterfly. I have my blood tubes, my EDTA tube, my serum separator tube, and my plain top. And then I have my syringe to collect the blood. So first, Leanna's just going to restrain him for me. I'm going to apply alcohol. Okay. So my blood sample's coming. I'm just going to attach my syringe. Beautiful white. My syringe is filling. I'm going to fill all my syringes, or my tubes, at least 90% full. Alright, Leanna's just going to hold off. So now I'm going to put my blood into my tubes using the vacuum. So here's my EDTA tube. To place it in. The vacuum is taking in the blood. I'm going to pull out my needle. I'm going to invert the tube with the blood at least 4 to 6 times. I have my serum separator tube. The vacuum is filling the tube. Okay, here's my second tube. Just going to show it close up. And here is my plain white top tube, or red tube. And this is just going in through the vacuum. So I now have all my samples. I'm just going to check the site. And now we're ready to begin the rest of the task. So I've just obtained my blood samples for preparing my serum and plasma. This is my OCCI certification. So I have my tubes here. They've been sitting for 30 minutes. You want to sit them for 30 minutes before you centrifuge them. So I have my plain red top or white top with no additive in it. My red top with a serum separator. And this is my purple top with EDTA in it. So here's my centrifuge. So first I'm going to rim the outside of the tubes between the clots and the wall. So I have my wooden stick and I'm just going to rim. One tube, second tube, just going to rim around. And again, you always want to wear gloves when handling blood. My third tube, rim. Okay. Going to dispose of my wooden sticks here. Okay, so I'm going to place my tubes into the centrifuge. So all my tubes are inside the centrifuge. So this centrifuge is going to spin at about 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs, and we're going to spin it for 10 minutes. So I'm going to set the dial to 10. And it will begin spinning. Once it's all finished, we can separate the plasma and the serum. So my blood tubes have just finished spinning in the centrifuge. Again, they were spinning for 10 minutes at 2,000 to 3,000 RPMs. So I'm just going to open up my centrifuge, and I'm carefully going to obtain each tube out. I'm just going to set them in my stand. So the plasma and serum of the tube should be clear. So here is my EDTA tube. The serum is in fact clear. So what I'm going to do is use my pipette, and I'm going to obtain the serum and plasma out of the tubes and put them into plain tops. So these plain tubes here do not have any additives in them. So I'm going to start with my my red top tube here with my plasma. I'm going to take my pipette. As you can see, it's clear. I'm going to take out the plasma, and I'm going to place it into my plain tube. You can see it's in my pipette. Place it into my plain tube. So if your plasma or serum is not clear, if it's a reddish or pinkish color, that can indicate hemolysis of the blood sample, meaning that it could have been an inappropriate blood draw, the patient could have a disease, or it can also be from improper handling of the sample itself. Just going to switch my pipette. So here is my plasma sample. So now I'm going to obtain my serum sample from my EDTA tube, and I'm going to place it into a plain top. As you can see, it is clear. So if the serum or plasma is yellowish or thick, that could indicate a lipemic sample, meaning the patient the patient possibly was not properly fasted before the blood draw, or the patient has a high level of triglycerides. So lastly, I'm going to do my plain top sample. Okay. So I have now properly obtained my 3 serum and plasma tubes, and I have put them into plain, no additive tubes. And this would be how you obtain serum and plasma samples.